Good evening, this is your Psychic LG reporting for the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Hi, John. That was quick. Good evening, wherever you all are around the world. This is Underground with your host, Psychic LG. And we're going to delve deep tonight. We're going to look into your personal readings tonight. Good evening, Lance. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you all are around the world. Knock, knock once for yes, twice for no. It is Thursday evening. It's 11:08 p.m. UK time, heading towards the witching hour. How are you all doing? It's smoky in Minnesota today. Wow. Can you hear us all right? I don't know if I'm live on YouTube. Can anybody check? So how are you all doing? Hi in Florida. Good morning. Oh, Canadian wildfires. Wow. Hi in Tennessee, Amy. Hi everybody. Hiya Maria. Hi Teddy. Oh, that's nice. He's gone to bed again. He might come down later, but that's nice, I'll tell him. Yeah, I could imagine it's very smoky in Minnesota. It's hot in Washington State. Wow. You got the job offer. I told you you would, didn't I, Bumblebee? I just felt it. Hiya, Debbie. How are you feeling? So I'll wait for a few to come on and then we'll get started. Transmitting fine. Thank you. Would you be able to keep an eye on that as well, Lance, for monitoring? Not with it. You're still feeling yucky? It's been quite close over here, mind, I must admit. It's definitely the springs in the air. Oh, we've got a mass influx there of YouTubers coming in. It must be like a bit of a time delay. Well, good evening, everybody. It's boiling in Florida. Oh, you've got the virus, Judy. Well, I wish you well. I'm going to do some healing for you all tonight. Debbie feels like crying. Oh, dear. I'll ring you later if it's not too late. Well, I've got loads up my sleeve, guys, and I've got loads to tell you. I've got, you know how I've done the couple of ghost hunts before in the past. Hiya, Hamish. And I've done, where did I go? I went to Bowling Lakes with Simon, my friend, Si. So I've got a group together and we're going to do a bit of touring. We're going to go around haunted places. So watch for that coming. That should be fun. I don't know if I should do it and do it as a proper video or go live with it. I really don't know. What do you guys think? You'll have to give us a comment on the link below. Because I can make it look really fancy in that if I do it as a video. And I'm thinking of a special name for it. I was going to call it Northern Angels. But I thought maybe something like Spirit Hunters or something like that. You know, make it very sort of, little bit sort of like that. What do you think? And I'm also going to be doing a podcast with a dear friend called Lisa. I've been on her show before. Lisa, Heart of Inspiration. We're going to be doing a lot of talks, real talk about everything. So I've got lots of things up my sleeve and that, and we'll see what comes of it. You like haunted stuff? Well, I've thought of lots of different places where we can go to. The first place we're going to be going to is Bowling Lakes. Spirit Hunters sounds good, doesn't it? It's a bit like Bounty Hunters, because I used to like watching that with Dog. So we need a bit of action. it's not all about politics. We need a little bit of action as well. You'll still be getting your looking glasses and your, your world predictions and everything. But we need something a little bit different, don't we? Especially with the summer coming. You like Spirit Hunter? Yeah. So we're going to do that, Bowlam Lakes, but we fancy going to some other places as well. And I'm not very good at travelling in the car, guys. I get car sick. There is a place down south. I'd have to stop overnight because I get terribly queasy going down in the car. And it's Rendlesham Forest. So I feel that'll be a good one. It's UFO spotting and all of that. Of course, there's Chillingham Castle, which is one of the most haunted castles in Britain. So I'm sure you'll like that. And loads of other castles. There's derelict mental health hospitals where you can go into, and it's really spooky. So watch for all that type of stuff coming. Sounds good, doesn't it? Chillingham Castle, I don't know if anybody's been there, but I've been there. I've been there through the day. It's like Dracula's castle. At night time they shut the gates, and it's got like a bat on the gate. And obviously I went with a friend, and we went late at night, and I climbed over the wall because you've got to pay to go in. And I climbed over the wall, and we heard screams in the grounds and that. It was really, really spooky. I don't know if I'll be able to climb over the wall now, but we'll be going to doing stuff like that because you're not allowed to film in there, I don't believe, because it's a business. But we can go around the grounds and that. Yeah. Well, Bowlam Lakes is really good. There's been sightings of a Sasquatch. And it's when you put the headlights on in the car, it comes up to the car and it shakes the car, apparently. I hit there in 2007, the first time with a crew. And it was so spooky and so creepy. The first time I went in, we couldn't go in. So we tried the third attempt, we went in with backpacks. It's like a big forest. And we actually got chased by something. And it was on 2 feet and it was big. It was really big. So we want to go back there. But the last time I was back there with Simon, I got a very sort of underground military feeling there. And then there's also Kielder Forest. And the last time I was up there, we seen a shape-shifting tree. So that's, it's sort of like Area 51 for the UK. You know, people have actually go up there and they see UFO sort of in the skies and that. It's a bit like Halloween for grown-ups, yeah? So I think that'll be good as well. Caroline Hunter. You had a sleepover in the grey room. I don't feel I could sleep in the place. But the story behind... I'll just move this chair. The story behind Chillingham Castle is... It was an earl of something or something, and he went mad. And he trapped loads of women and children in this place, and I don't know what he did, but he murdered them or he did something awful to them. And apparently you can hear them running around the castle screaming at night time and everything. I mean, really, the whole place needs exorcised. And it's a shame for the spirits which are trapped in there, but they're making a lot of money from the place, and it is the most spookiest place ever. But there's many more haunted places we can go to as well. And of course, I don't live far from the military road. And the last time I was there with Simon, we got chased by a ghost truck. Seriously, you're trying to ram it off the road. And there's a lot of UFO sightings up there as well. There's also a place in Prudhoe, which isn't far away from where I am, and it's Prudhoe Castle. And apparently people get chased by the Grey Lady when they go up there. So I'm up for anything like that. Yeah. So let's see. We've got 242 in. The dungeons in Warwick Castle. Have you been there? Have you been there, Lance? Did you feel uncomfortable in Edinburgh Castle? When did you come to the UK, Lance? You could have come and seen me. Yeah, Conte Franco, the Chilna is where the unique breed of English wild cows exist. It is really spooky. Really, really spooky. But of course, where I live, I don't live far away from Hadrian Wall, and it's very, very haunted. And then when you go in a little bit into the countryside, maybe it's 10 minutes down the road, there's actually an old Saxon village. And they used to do the witch trials around that area near these trees and that. So that would be another place we can go to. And we could go up to Beamish. There's loads of different places. Oh, that's nice, Lance. So, well, I might talk a bit spooky tonight as well. I just feel in the mood. Because there's so much horribleness going on the news out there, isn't there? Lance also had a haunted experience in the castle in Dover. Yeah, Beamish is very haunted. Very, very haunted. I did something special for a friend, and I can't think which castle it was. It was at Langley Castle. Langley Castle. And it was quite a few years back. I'd gone up with some friends, and it was for a friend's birthday. And my friend Will had paid for the whole top part of the castle. And I did a seance in the castle. Really good. And there was things moving around in the room when we were doing it. But then when we come out afterwards, it was the most spookiest thing. We heard like a howl, like a... Yeah, Lumley Castle, that's right. We heard like a howl in the grounds. It sounded like a wolf. But there's been sightings of wolves around the north of the UK as well. A lot of people have seen wolves. And you would have laughed, because I like a steak now and then, but I don't like blood in my steak. So I had asked for, I'm going to laugh. I had asked for a well done steak, and it was like bloody charcoal when it came to the table. I thought, well, I can't eat that. But the guy who was serving me looked like Lurch off the Addams Family. Taps turned on in Lumley Castle, yeah. He looked just like Lurch off the Addams Family. It was the most weirdest thing. And I was getting a very sort of a vampire energy there. I love castles. Wolfmen, yes. I've got clients of mine what live in County Durham, which isn't far up the road from where I am. The Allendale Wolves, yes. Oh, hiya, Northumberland Witch. You have to follow Northumberland Witch if you're into. I think you do the. Do you do the rail stuff and that, or is it other stuff you do? Anyway, what was I going to say? I might be thinking about somebody else. What was I saying? Yeah, I can't remember what I was saying. No, I've said the steak. It'll come back. There's loads of different places I can take you to. Oh yes, Durham. So I've got these lovely clients what come and see us, and he was taking his girlfriend to work early one morning. They had to cut through the woods in the car, and I think I might have said this before on Twitch, this story. And he was going through, and it was like 6 o'clock in the morning, and he thought, what the blinking hell's that? And it was like there was a pack of them, but they were standing up and they were fighting, and they looked like wolfmen. Dogman, wolfman, and they were werewolves, and they turned around and looked at him, and obviously they didn't get out of the car. They were too scared to get out of the car, and he just had to like stare them out, and then they just left. They just went up on their hind legs and they started to run away. Chupacabras, yes. There's a lot of things that we don't understand. And this is no world of a lie, right? Not far away from where I live, I was driving, right? I was driving, okay? Not that I do drive, but I was driving, if you know what I mean. And I was with a friend. And we were driving down a country lane, and there was all I can see what it looked like. It looked like a Tyrannosaurus Rex on its hind legs, and it looked like alien in front, and it was silver, and it jumped over the bonnet as we were driving down, and nearly crashed the car, and then it went off into the farmer's fields. It was so scary. So I don't know what that was. Look like Predator. So mine only. Culloden Battlefield. Oh yes, I'm always in the forest looming for lost clans. Ooh. My granddaughter goes to a forest group. It could have been, but it was massive, Caroline. Absolutely massive. But my granddaughter goes, it's, all the mothers have got together. It's really good. And they've got together there's like a house in the woods, like an annex, massive place. And they do the homeschool in the woods, and they take the kids off and breaks, and they roast marshmallows, let them play around the trees and that, and you know, they love it. And the kids are running around with nothing on their feet, you know. Tyler's made herself a wand out of a piece of wood, you know what I mean? So it's good and healthy for the kids to do stuff like that. And they're all like sort of new age people, you know. And so the kids are loving it. So they're like out of the system, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm going to shuffle some cards. First of all, I'll do my bells. Now, anybody who's new, who's coming in, I'm going to do this for healing for you all. I'm going to cast a circle. I'm going to call upon all the archangels to come in to protect you all. And if you need any healing for yourself or anybody else, write the name in the comments section in the stream or afterwards, and you will receive healing, right? This is going to be like for Reiki healing, and it does work, okay? Well, there's more than one Skinwalker Ranch, and we do have a few of them over here. I do believe it. Okay. Sit back and relax. I was going to say, let's look into the looking glass. Oh yes, Catmanna. Governments have definitely got something to do with the Skinwalker Ranch, yeah. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I ask my true spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, Lady Direwolf, in Little A2I, and any star beings who would like to come forth today to keep this circle of light around the globe as we are doing this transmission safe, so everybody's loved ones or everybody gets the true messages. Everybody's protected in this circle, and their family and their pets. All their worries will melt away. So be it. Amen. Let's begin. Whew. Loads of people are needing healing at the minute, aren't they? I had to buy myself a new phone, you know, like a landline phone, because the other one went a bit strange on us. There's been a lot of electronical stuff breaking recently. A lot of people have been saying, you know, what's going on with the electronical stuff and gadgets and that. You like Lady Direwolf? She often comes in around us. So if anybody doesn't know who Lady Direwolf is, it's on one of my old videos on YouTube. I went to do a remote viewing, astral travel journey, I believe it was, to Loch Ness. And I found this great big wolf, and she was trapped in a dimension on Earth from the Ice Age. And then Jed asked Lady if she would like to stay with us they would rescue her through, and then she could come backwards and forwards and be my guide, and she agreed. So we've got Lady Direwolf. And it's nice to have, she's a big grey wolf from the Ice Age. I love animals. So, have you heard of the Bleemies? No, what's them? You've had problems with electronical stuff as well. The veil's very thin at the minute, guys. The veil is very, very thin. Okay, right. What I'm going to do first of all, we're going to do a medium stuff as well. I'm just going to, for everybody in the audience, a message from Spirit for everybody in the audience. I'm going to pull some cards out, okay, for the collective. Yeah, Mercury in retrograde has been like about, wasn't it, for several weeks. There's a lot of people, you know, everybody needs it for healing, and there's so much negative what's going on the planet at the minute, isn't there? Oh, bless Jazz. You will receive healing. We've got to try and keep our energies up, haven't we? I feel like he needs lots of orange juice, like fresh oranges. Maybe try juicing them for him. So I'm going to pull 7 cards out here. Oh, I can feel it. It's a really, everyone's feeling it at the minute, aren't they? It's a mixture of things. I've been saying this for a while. It's our own stuff that we're going through. I've got this as well. It's our own stuff we're going through, as well as we're picking up stuff, and we're clearing old wounds from past life. You know, where it's karmic wounds that we're clearing, and it can make you feel poorly, basically, and ascension symptoms can make you feel strange as well. So this is for this week. I can't pick it up, it's stuck to the table. Right, okay, so there's a lot of, that's what we've been feeling like. There's a lot of people being, just put that straight like that. We've been feeling losses, we've been feeling worry. Or if we haven't been experiencing losses, we've been worried that we're going to experience losses. We have become so empathic. We are now so aware of health issues. The air is very heavy, Rosebud. Yes, I like that name, Rosebud. So it's about, this is how we've been feeling it, okay? But it's in a good part of the card reading, which means that it will ease. I mean, depending on certain people with your astrological signs, some people will be feeling it more than others. So we're basically going up frequencies. I want to say we're going into the 5th dimension, but Shola keeps going. She says, it's more than that. It's more than that, Louise. Hello there, Bjorn. I feel it's more than the 5th dimension, because what she says is that you honestly don't realise what dimension you are on or what you're capable of. So we'll all need to drink lots of water. Hello, Georgina Lindsay. I hope you're feeling okay. I'll send you some healing. Okay, so it is very dense at the minute, as Bjorn said. So we need to drink lots of water. We need to try and keep grounded. I will do more videos on that. I've got a mess on this table here tonight. There is, how do I put this? There is a fracture on Earth at the minute, and we have all bounced out of the matrix, all right? So we are all on different levels, and it's awakening the inner gods and goddesses within us. And I want to say magic, witchcraft. So that's on the loose as well at the minute, from the good source to the bad source. So it's like the war of the witches and the wizards at the minute. It's very Harry Potter at the moment. So you've got the High Priestess card here. So as you know, there's a lot of strange shenanigans going on this planet at the minute. But we need to keep grounded and understand that we are also the magicians. Okay? And it doesn't mean while you're sitting there practicing a spell, it could just be you're into blessing stuff or your crystals or changing, because we're in this higher frequency now, as we're ascending. We also need to be aware of our thoughts and our words, because words are spells. Does that make sense? So we have to be so careful what we say, because we can manifest that, be it either good or bad. So it's about being careful. It's very, very important. We've got the Queen of Swords here, and we've got the Empress. So there's a strong feminine energy what's coming onto Earth this week and next week. Or should I say, by the weekend, it's coming in for next week. And I'm getting Mother Mary energy, Mary Magdalene energy, okay? And I'm getting Goddess Isis, excuse me, and the Empress energy. So that's like so interesting what Northumberland Witch said. It's not called spelling for nothing. Exactly. So we just need to understand that we are capable of a lot more, and we haven't got to feed in. If you hear about somebody who's into sadism or what they're up to, about, world leaders and that, don't feed into it. Just never mind them. You just concentrate on your energy. And the more we concentrate on our energy, it lifts everything else around. Okay. And it just gets rid of their energy, because it's all to do with light and dark at the moment. Light and dark. So we are getting very triggered. And of course, because we're living on a Luciferian planet, we are, okay? There's a lot of people who've been worried about money. Okay, we've all been worried. And as you know, there's a lot of worry there at the minute with people, people who can't get jobs, people who aren't getting paid enough, people who their bills are too high. And it's exhausting, and it's been like this for the last couple of years. So as Tinkerbell says, to get rid of toxic people around you, you have to concentrate on your energies. So we are all feeling it at the minute. And of course, when you get worried, what does it do? It lowers your immune system. Get this one, guys. And it can make you feel poorly. So then we go into a spiral loop. Okay, so I'm not saying where we're sticking our head in the sand. We just need to understand that the frequency isn't static, and it doesn't stay like that forever. Okay, so see, you get a bill through the door, and you're worried and you're upset. Okay, I'm not saying try not to worry about it, because it's a worry, but understand that you can ring people up, you can sort things out. The more calm you are, the more that it sorts out. It really, really does. And my nana used to say this, that you can't get blood out of a stone. So if you can't pay something, you literally can't pay it. They can't send you to prison for it. You just ring the company up, and there's different ways around it. But I just think that everything is at the minute, literally everything. And we have to try and not get too overwhelmed. Just take it, like I always say, like sliced bread. You know what I mean? But worry does lead to many things. And as Caroline Shipley says in the audience here on YouTube, it also leads to stomach problems and headaches. It depends basically on you as a person. And that comes down to the star signs. Cancerians are ruled by their tummy. I'm a Scorpio, so we're ruled by the base chakra, the sexual chakra. So, I'm prone to like lower back problems, water infections, that type of thing. I believe with Pisces, sometimes they can get headaches, so it's just everybody's different. Everybody's different. So we just have to, you know your body and you know what your weak spots are. So it's about trying to look after yourself as much as you can. Bjorn's, is it your throat chakra, is it? Okay. Well, I never used to get headaches, and I started to get headaches before a storm. And it's the pressure, isn't it? I love storms. I don't know about you guys. I mean, if it's, I love hearing the thunder and the lightning. I don't know, I get really excited about a thunderstorm. Don't ask me why. As long as it doesn't hit you, you're fine. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're always worried. We're all worried about our loved ones as well. And fees. I don't know why I'm getting that. Like, depending where you're living in the world, say school fees or mortgages, rent, medical, it's a worry at the minute. And it's become more fractured and more separated. As we've been watching these lunatics, playing out their game and taking world stage, it's like the people are really, really suffering. And it's about we're all talking about it and coming together to talk about it. And it's nothing to be ashamed of if you're feeling depressed or you've got anxiety. There's a lot of people suffering with anxiety at the moment. Caroline Hunter, you can smell the electricity in the air before the storm. Yeah. Yeah, you can, can't you? Okay. So it's about we're coming together, and I'm going to show you something here because it's going to get very heavy over the next couple of weeks. There's a lot of swords coming out, but this is not for us. This is more to do with world global stuff, okay? So we've got the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Wands. So there's a lot of drama to come out. Could be politics. It could be stuff to do with Putin, that type of thing. You know what I mean? China, that type of thing. But what's coming out here is the illusion. So we've got to create our own illusion. And like I said, it's not about sticking your head in the sand. It's about understanding, you don't have to, you need to look within. And when you look within, it reflects different in your day. It really does. And it helps you to feel better. It really does. So the plan is that they've got here with all this hoo-ha to do with the gas prices and all the worry. This could go until next spring, or I'm hoping that it's no later than that. Somebody had said it's going to go until 2025. But according to these cards here, we've got another year of it. We've got another year of it. Like the 6 of Pentacles is upside down, so it will end. It will end. But we're shifting into new earth. So to tap into that higher frequency, as Mary's saying, you've just got to do your own inner work. So picking up the collective worried, yeah. So we're all sort of worried for different reasons. But what I want to say to you is, we haven't got to get too wound up about too much stuff what's out there. It's about just concentrate what's our daily lives, day by day. So if you feel like you're overwhelmed because you've got so much going on, just concentrate on your things hour by hour, day by day. There's no point in cramming more into your head with what else is out there, because you need to sort yourself out. Caroline Hunter thinks it's going to be 2025. Let me pull some cards out. something will happen with the banks before then. I get 2024. Definitely 2024. Well, it's definitely not this year. That's for sure. Three of Cups. Nine of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. The cards are saying that it still will be strange, but something to do with the money situation will be changed within a year. Or they're switching something over to do with the banks within a year. Because I go by the timings. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, like one year. That's the old system falling. So there is something going on. I don't believe all the banks will go down. I really, really don't. I just think that, you know, all these greedy corporations, they're getting richer and richer and richer, like the gas companies and that, well, where the people of Earth are suffering. You know? Big corporations and that. So it's going to take time to clear up. But when Caroline's saying 2025, I would say it could even be 2026, but I think that'll be something outed by the banks within the year. Hiya, David. No, do you want to tell us about it, David? We're not doing world predictions tonight, but you can tell us about it. So there's something switching over within the year, and it could be to do with the quantum banking or something like that. Could be that. Quantum, yeah. But the rest of it could go on a little bit further. I would say after 2025, things will start to climb and it'll get better. Definitely. Definitely. British gas, yeah. Terrible prices. Well, they're just getting richer and richer, aren't they? Isis inspiration in destiny. We will be okay. We really, really will. So really we've become like porous, like sponges. It's the only way I can describe it. What's this? There are 4 members of the FBI that went to Congress and told them about all the corruption going on. Oh, right, okay. Oh, yes, it's all going to come out. Right, so looking at this, right, I just think that we need to learn how to put our Teletubby tummies on and not let it absorb into it. Protect your bubble. We need to protect our bubble. Is that how much you pay for electric in a week? Do you have a big house, Caroline? I put on £45 a week electric. Is that on a key meter? I don't use that much. It's gas, I think, which is very expensive. But I just think that there's not just the money as well. People are worried about all sorts of things. And because we've become more sensitive to people's energy, so we can get triggered by family members, friends. Some people are splitting up, you know. Some people are backing away from all friendships. Oh, you got 4 bedrooms, that's why then. Big house. Yeah, my house is quite economical. It's like a little terraced 3-bedroomed house. But I just think that we just need to... food's become very expensive. And I know that I've got dear friends in the audience, you know, who are struggling and some of them aren't working, or, you know, it's a really worrying time at the minute. Worrying time. And I don't know why I'm being shown this flour and oil. We need to get into stocking up on stuff like that. I need to get some really tight, airtight containers, guys. I don't know about use lot. So when it comes to certain people, as Molly's put here in the audience on Twitch, certain people who seem to be getting away with a lot, some people probably will get away with a lot, but they'll just sort of ease out, or they'll leave, or they'll go, or whatever. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, maybe it's a bread shortage what's going to come in. But we have become so sensitive. Remember, you can't change the way some other body's path is. You can only change how you react towards it. So it's about their path is their path, be it whoever they are. But don't let their path affect your path. Does that make sense? I think it's like we've all become like we've got some sort of spiritual post-traumatic stress with everything what's happened. Very cleverly put together what's happened over the last couple of years. And it's like compressed, we're down, and now we've become like startled rabbits, like what's next to happen? You know what I mean? That's what's happened. But we are coming into our own power. This is so funny, and I know I'm not doing world predictions tonight, but that's King Charles. And he's upside down, and there's going to be some news with him. Some news coming. I don't think he's going to be in long. It's my take on it anyway. And I did say in one of my last world predictions that there was going to be big news after the coronation with Harry and on a journey with Meghan. And that came out, didn't it? I don't know the whole ins and the outs, but apparently was there a car chase or something happened with them? You have to tell us about that. I have flour, rice, instant potatoes, beans, sugar. How do you store your flour, Caroline? Because I've had a problem with beetles in the house. Little beetles. Are you coming to Canada? Well, I haven't planned it, but I would like to go. History's going to repeat itself, yeah. So they got chased by the paparazzi and they almost ran over pedestrians. Who did? Harry did, or the paparazzi? Ridiculous, isn't it? Well, I did say there would be some big news with them, and it would be after, I'm sure I said it, and it would be after the coronation. I hope Atlantis don't repeat itself. Well, according to Shola, what was it, another being I had channeled, that we're already in Atlantis and we're coming out of it. Yeah. Flour can be stored in the freezer, can it? Yeah. I've got a terrible habit. I need to have a day off so I can go through my cupboards. A terrible habit of opening something and just putting the packet and then shoving it back in the food cupboard. Well, that's not good, is it? So things need to be sealed. You need to do some organisation and get some nice pots and put little labels on and that. And it's doing things like that. It gets your home organised. It makes your mind tidier, doesn't it? Apparently Harry will be revealing more about the... Oh, yeah. I could well imagine it. The royal family, yeah. Firefly. Yeah, I love listening to all your little quirky things you do. I have beans, flours, sugar, water, rice and canned foods all tightly in tubs. I need to do stuff like that. Declutter. Don't forget I had renovating done in the house before Christmas, but it seemed to have got a bit out of hand again, guys. I really don't know what's going on. I think it's just the cupboards. I didn't go through the cupboards, you know what I mean? Yeah, so I think the prices of food, and I said this in one of my last world predictions, that there's going to be a problem with meat or farmers. So it's things like that we need to prep for. Did it look staged, Molly? I'll have to check it out. Flour and corn meat can go in the freezer. What's corn meat? We have different things over here. What's corn meat? You have to tell us. Put the dates on it too, yeah. Do you want to just come and stay here for a few weeks and then you can sort my cupboards out? I'll pay you. Oh my goodness me. We've got to laugh and keep the vibrations up. So it's going to get pretty crazy, right? And just as Courts is coming out here, so God knows what's coming out on World News next week. God knows. I know we've got the peregrine there, but it's I think it's going to be all to do with America and stuff what's going to be coming out. The world. We've got I want to say we've got everything at our feet. And I say that as I look at her there. So there she is. Okay. And she's standing there in the naked nod. But at her feet, she's got like a witch's, is that like a chalice thing? The sign there is for protection. Like the charm sign. And then she's got the dark stuff on one side. And then she's got, on the other side, she's got the light stuff. So she's capable of going one way or another. Like that song, one way or another. Remember that song? And then she's got the wheat at her feet. So she can grow. She can manifest. She can do magical stuff. She can use her sexuality to perform what she wants. She's got the sword. She's got the star. She's got her flame there. But that reminds me a bit like what the Statue of Liberty has in the hand. So we are all awakening our inner goddesses and gods within us. So like magic is a craft, and it can be used for good force, it can be used for bad force. It's like we're all becoming like superhumans. And they will be panicking because we'll be getting to that stage. And we could be a force to be reckoned with. God, for me, over 60 trains derailed in USA, right? 124 plants destroyed. Who do you see is responsible? Well, I did cover that when it happened. I did cover that. And look no further than, you know, whoever's running your country. You know what I mean? Okay. So, we've got the Queen of Swords here. We've got the Ace of Swords. Announcements are coming onto world screens in the USA. So, like I said, don't get triggered by it. Don't get triggered by it. Unless you want to watch it. Concentrate on you. This is what tonight's about. Concentrating on you. Coming into your own power. A lot of you in the audience are going to start to experience a lot of deja vus. Oh, do you like it? Just a t-shirt. Deja vus. Strange phenomena. you might start hearing stuff. It's sometimes you might get buzzing in your ears, and it's just that testing you out as you start to become into a higher frequency. Spirit tests you all the time to see. You might get like sitting there, and all of a sudden you'll get a smell. You could smell like cooked bread or anything, jam, anything. And what they'll do is that as you become more ascended, they waft smells at you to test you out, because it's when you start to come out of this 3D, it's not just about seeing, it's feeling, it's smelling. Okay, so if you've got a lovely, beautiful smell, roses is a sign Jesus is around you, or the archangels, or Mother Mary. I love the smell of roses. You might just be sitting there, you might get like a smell of an old lady's perfume, or a gentleman, and it could be like your grandparents coming in around you. So you get tested all the time by smells. But when you get a nasty smell, I was going to take a drink here. Oh yes, we'll talk about that in a minute, David. Remind us on in a minute. When you get like a nasty smell, say like you're sitting there, you might smell like sick or shit or something nasty like that. Sometimes that's evil. So what you do is you recognize it and just say, I do not accept this. Sometimes you might want to burn some incense, be gone, leave, whatever. Say whatever you want. Some people say the prayer, some people aren't into religion. Say whatever you want. I normally just blast some frankincense and myrrh around and ask it to leave. I'm like to that point now where I can just sense them coming in, if they're good or bad, without even smelling them. But you will get all these strange things happening. I had a lady emailed me, and she was really concerned because our covers were getting pulled off her bed at night time, and they put you through the fear factor, because they don't, once you're breaking through, you don't get it anymore. You know what I mean? And it's the archons and the reptilians and the demons, and they'll try and frighten you, and just so you, because they don't want you to do your earth work, or they don't want you to be ascended. Your dog is the only bad smell. So a dish of salt also works. I'll give you loads of tips on stuff like that, If you feel you're under a psychic attack or anything, you can put salt, little bowls of salt in each corner of your room. Put salt around your house, put it at your threshold. But it's inner work. It helps. Always, my nana always used to say, have salt in your house, it keeps the devil out. It's a must. Always have salt in your house, it keeps the devil out. And the demons don't like dogs either. They don't like dogs. Do you think Arabic jasmine will clean out? Yes, it's so beautiful, that. I mean, you don't have to use, there's so many things. There's dragon's blood. There's, I've got a few different selections. Sage. Not many people like that smell. It's very strong, like the smudging sticks. Frankincense and myrrh, that's what they burn in the temples. But if you're going into the Indian culture and that, they have all the different lovely smells of, and they burn the jasmine, and it works. How they have their magical incense sticks. I would recommend, if you can try and get yourself to one of the, like them type of shops where they sell all that different stuff. And you can get some really powerful incense sticks from there. You really can. We've got a place called Little India, and it's not far away from where we live. Because we've got loads of different nationalities over here now. We've got Chinatown. And you go there, man, and you can pick up some really reasonable, in the supermarkets, noodles and that. It's a lot more cheaper to go to the ethnic places than it is to go to the supermarkets. But if I'm going to buy spices for me food cupboard, I don't go to the supermarket. I go down to Little India. You get it cheaper. And of course, they've got like all the lovely incense sticks in there and that. I've actually got a very good client friend who's an Indian priest, and he's made me some amazing stuff for the house, you know, just for psychic protection and that. And they have something called, it looks like a little walnut, and you can wear it as a bracelet. I'll find out what it is, and it really worked for me. He made us this like blessing bracelet, and I wore it on my wrist, and it looked like a little walnut. I don't know what it was. Queen Wanda, I made some dragon's blood candles today. Oh, how did you do that? You like Mary likes going to the India stores. Oh yeah, they smell so good, don't they? And of course, if you go into them where you're going to the Indian supermarkets and that, their fruit and veg seems a lot more better quality than it is in the supermarkets. It really is. But I've got some amazing noodles in the cupboard and that, which cheapest chips going to the little Chinatown than going to the supermarket. You know what I mean? Definitely recommend it. You sell them in your shop? Oh, you'll have to send us some pictures and email us. I would be interested in having a look at that. I believe that India people don't use pesticides on their vegetables. Is that what it is? You see, there used to be a lot of markets in Newcastle. They used to have the barrel lads if you were coming out of a store, you know, and we had a place called the Green Market in Newcastle, and the fish market, and the council shut it down. A lot of people lost their jobs over that, you know what I mean? And yeah, so it's a case of it's not the best quality food when you're going to the supermarkets, when you're going to the market. I used to love going down to the market. We do have the Granger Market, and apparently they can't shut that down because it's a listed building, and that is very haunted. I would have to ask permission to go in there late at night. And also the train station at Newcastle, that is extremely haunted. And apparently, you're going to laugh at this one, it was going back to the plague times. Apparently loads of people died in Newcastle, so they didn't know what to do with their bodies, so they just shut down the streets. They shut it all down and put all the bodies underneath where the railway station is, and it's really, really haunted. And I've actually gone under, because an old shop that I used to go to, there was an opening underneath in the cellar, and I actually could see like the old Victorian grates and everything with the old houses, and they just blocked it all in. Underground cities are everywhere. I keep getting it's the rise of the witches and the warlocks. So I would say that the Satanism and everything has hit a peak at the minute. God knows what they're up to. I can't believe you're saying that, Hazeltine. Hindus don't kill bugs. Now, as you know, I've had a problem with little beetles, lot of beetles in my house. And I sprayed some peppermint on them and they ran away. And then I found one today. I call him a hen. And he was sat on there, okay? And so I was busy, so I just put a glass over him. And then I went back and he was still sitting there. So I thought, right, I'll pick him up and I'll put him outside. And when I went to pick him up, he came onto his back and his little legs were going like that. And he looked like he was panicking. So I put him outside in the garden. And I felt his energy. I mean, that's ridiculous, isn't it? I'm like connecting with a beetle now. I felt his energy and I had to put him outside. And I goes, bless you, on your way. You know what I mean? And it's funny when he's saying that the Hindus are into that. Interesting. So we are all connecting on different levels now. So we need to nourish ourselves. And it's not just about eating right and drinking plenty of water and getting my vitamins. It's also about watching what we're absorbing in, because it's the same thing. the extraterrestrials that I channel tell me this: if you absorb it in, it's like taking in a bad piece of meat. So don't absorb in this toxicity, what's out there. It's still energy what can go through our auras. You know what I mean? And of course, the children coming onto the earth plane, they're on a different level. There's a lot of scandals to come out this week. A huge amount. And I'm getting temptation. Do you remember that song from the 80s? Was it? Who sung it? Temptation. I'm getting that song. Right, okay. So we've got the Sly Fox. So there's something about... I don't know, there's going to be another woman coming forward. There's going to be more scandals to come out. Heaven 17. I was watching In Excess. I can't believe you're saying that, Jazz. In Excess, I was watching a documentary on Michael Hutchence last night. But we've got the temptation card, so there's a lot of scandals to come out this year. And also, as I look at that, I just got a flash of Harry and Meghan there. So there's more dramas coming out with them. All just to add to the drama. Yeah, there was some brilliant music in the 80s. And that's something else. If you play your music, guys, if you're feeling down, just try and clear your space. Get some food into you. Put the music on. You do feel a little bit better. Now, is David Fletcher still in the audience? Yes. A drum also helps, and I use my bells. Anything like a noise frequency. David, do you want to quickly write in the comment section again what actually happened? Which was something strange what happened with my video last night with Trump on air, wasn't it? Trump was doing something live and my video came over the top of it or something like that. Do you want to explain? And then It was quite interesting, wasn't it? There's weird stuff happening at the minute. We're having glitches. I like listening to the thunder and the rain noise before I go to bed at night time. Trump was given a speech, okay? This happened last night. David Fletcher witnessed this. And he went to click onto it and my video was playing. So he tried it from another browser and it was still playing. So that's weird, isn't it? So Trump was live on YouTube, he was watching something. And when he went to click onto it, it was me. I told a co-worker to watch Trump, and the co-worker was getting me as well. And he said to me that there is some psychic from the UK talking. How crazy is that, guys? Do you not think that's a bit weird? Glitches in the system. Very weird. Very, very weird. It's like once, when you're going off and you don't have internet and you go in, I was actually at my mother's and my mother's got terrible internet. So I went to go in to see if my mother had it in her internet thing so I could click onto it. And I'm like, what is that? And it had the White House. The White House was in the link of the in my phone for getting internet. And I hadn't added that in. And I just thought that was weird. But it wasn't, it was when Trump was in office I got that. I just thought it was really weird. Strange times we're living in. Okay, I'm going to give some messages off for you all in the audience. And we just need to stand strong. We need to stay vigilant, but we also need to understand that we're becoming extra sensitive and we need to keep grounded. What is really strange, Mary, I see like the face FBI Wi-Fi on the Wi-Fi when I go to when you go on the Wi-Fi. Is that weird? So I don't know what's going on at the minute. I think there's a lot of glitches happening, like Mandela effects, that type of thing. So you're going to in your personal life, you're going to experience a lot of this. You need to watch for this. Ouch. I've got one of them little things, you know, your skin comes off there. Okay, so I'm going to just choose people out of the audience. You can ask us questions. I'm going to use the bowl first. So you're going to watch for glitches in time, strange phenomena. Remember, we're all being tested because everything's thin at the minute. Everything's all fluid. It's all intermingling. Okay? And we need to just concentrate on us and our loved ones around we. So Hazeltine has got it right. She's in a different zone watching hummingbirds, baby raccoons and blooming beard iris. That sounds amazing. And my will predictions, I will look into that on Sunday night about everything to do with the Durham report and everything, okay? So come on, guys, throw some personal questions at us, and I'm going to use my crystal ball for you. Does anyone feel energy throughout their bodies? Yes. And that's something else. It will reflect onto your work environment where you could experience things in political war at work, yes. Jazz, Louise, how do you see in my love life? Let's have a look for Jazz. Okay. Right, as I look into this crystal ball, Jazz, I don't know if there's been sort of two main loves in your life so far, or there was somebody that you really wanted to be with but you couldn't be with. Okay. I'm actually seeing a guy with like mousy brown hair and he's quite tall. Does that make sense to you, Jazz? Yeah? And come into my gypsy caravan. Come in. Let me read your fortune. Taking a chance in life. Taking a chance. Anything at all that you're invited to, Spirit wants you to go. I've got a grandma very strong with you in spirit. And she doesn't want you to be sad. Let me see. I also feel there's a tall gentleman coming in. I don't know if two granddads are there or granddad, great granddad. Who's John, Jazz? Who's John? Where's she gone? Or letter G. And why am I seeing two babies here? Two babies or two children that should have been in your life, or there should have been two. I'm seeing somebody tall with mousy brown hair. So I don't know if that resonates for you. But I want to say that there's a new doorway for you. And if you haven't had changes by spring of this year, you will have them by next year. You're definitely going through like a new 7-year cycle, Jazz. My partner and I tried but couldn't get pregnant again. There is two babies here for you. There is two babies. Are you thinking of trying for IVF? Or because I don't think you need that. Maybe it's a bit help. They're not identical if they're twins. They could be separate. I'm seeing a little girl and she's got lots of dark wavy hair, like curly hair, thick hair. You know, some babies are born with lots of hair. She's got a mop of hair. And I see a little boy as well. So Jazz says here, my daughter cried the other day because she didn't have a sister and wanted one. Now because her best friend has a big sister. But I've got 2 here. So you could end up with a little boy then. And don't stress about work, or somebody's stressing about work at the minute, and things will get better for you. So hope that helps there, Jazz, okay? There's a golden key being brought in for you. And watch for big news around the letter A or M. And I'll leave that one with you. Teddy, will my condo sell next week? Teddy's condo will sell next week. Is there a rush for next week, Teddy? I don't know if you've had a few buyers interested, or there's somebody who's messed about and pulled in and out there. Or there's been nearly a buyer and then they've like pulled out. It's like something's going through, or it's about to go through, Teddy. It may take a few weeks. It may take a few weeks, Teddy. Okay. Love dog Curly. Why is my son so unhappy? Why is my son so unhappy? Because he's trying to find him. He's trying to live his true life. You need to get the crystals for him. You need to get the tiger's eye, amethyst, rose quartz. Is he suffering with depression there? Because that's what I'm feeling. Men find it harder to talk about it than women, and you might have to keep an eye on him, but he needs to be encouraged about his confidence and going to the gym and stuff like that. And I feel like the younger generation are really feeling it, because we're all going through ascension, and I think the younger kids and that, they're really going through a lot at the moment. Yeah? But get him the crystals, try and encourage him to get to the gym or do things for himself. And I do feel things will get better for him. I would also smudge his bedroom as well. It's like he feels he's not good enough and he needs to be empowered. It's all about confidence and that. And he'll be all right, okay? But I do feel things are going to get better for him. There's a big twist of fate for him to do with a girl with blonde hair. So I'll leave that one with you. Hi, Jane. I'm just going to refresh the chat because it looks like I've lost me YouTubers. Erie, will I move this year? Will Erie move this year? Well, there's a fork in the road August, September for you, Erie. Maybe it's no later than October. But I want to say I'm getting a bigger feeling for next year, for February, March. There's different timelines. Remember, we're dealing with different timelines at the minute, everybody. So I hope that helps there. Gypsy Sian. My question is, with my son, our relationship, it's gone up too quick. always not close. Can you help me here? So you, Annie and Stevie. There's a lot of the younger generation suffering at the minute. You possibly will need to have some sort of private reading to really look into the situation. I don't know if this roots back to his dad. You have to comment on the link on that, but I feel it's as if that he's a very strong-minded lad. He's a violet indigo, and sometimes they can be strong-minded with their mothers. Yeah? But it roots back to his father. He needs the crystal tiger's eye, amethyst. And he also needs obsidian crystal. It'll help him. But he might need to have a clearing. I would need to possibly talk to you properly about that. But he'll be all right. Just keep doing your mum thing. Like I say, we're majorly tested. And you know what kids are like? They'll take it out on the closest one as the mum. Or sometimes it's the dad. It just depends. Okay. Mary. I'm just going to cull some cards out on Mary. Passes that question by again. So Mary asked about her daughter who's in spirit. We're all really feeling it at the minute, aren't we? Where's Mary gone? She was asking about her daughter. I've got a young lady here. I'm just going to dim the lights. Give us two. Do you think I'll be in contact with her? Right, I'm getting a young lady in the spirit world. Does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to you, Mary? I'm just going to dim the lights. And it's as if she definitely passed before her time. She was 28 when she passed over. And I just feel it's death in the wrong order. You don't get over, especially your kids. You don't expect your kids to go before you, do you? And I just feel it's as if she's trying to say, I love you, Mum. I'm fine. I'm looking at her and I don't know if she was quite like sort of like lightish to the hair or lightish or light brown. Does that make sense to you, Mary? And I feel it's as if that something happened to like the top part of her body. And she's adamant she didn't feel anything. And she didn't want to go and she just wants to tell you, I love you, Mum, and I wish I could turn the clocks back. Light brown hair. I knew she wasn't really dark. And she'll always be a little girl and one day you're going to see her again. We don't get over losing our loved ones. We just learn to walk through it. And she's often around you, Mary. So it was heart problems at the top, yeah. And I don't know if sometimes you feel like a little tickle. And it's just her coming in, like stroking your hair. She's saying she's with grandma and granddad, and I'm sure it's an uncle or somebody else. She's over there, and she's pointing to her dad, and just I don't know what she means by that. And you have something. I don't know if it's belonging to her or something heart-shaped or something round, like little, and you've got it by your bedside. Does that make sense? And I don't know if you took a little bit of her hair. She's with your mom and dad and brother. Right, they're there. They love you so much, Mary. They love you so much. And I don't know why she's doing this with her hair. I don't know if you took a little strand of her hair. But she just wants to say that one day I'll see you again, Mum. And it's amazing over there. It's so beautiful. And she's going to come and show you in dreams. She's going to come and show you. I'm getting the 12th, the 15th, or the 16th. I don't know if that means anything. And if it doesn't relate, and the 20th, the 2 or the 20, so they don't link with birthdays, memories, passings with your daughter, the special dates to come in. So you have a Christmas ornament with hearts on it. She's there. Every day, Mary, she's there. She's okay. Remember, there's life after life. She loved to play with my hair. One day you're going to see her again. One day you will see her again. So many people here in the audience. Let's see if we can get some more spirits in. You've got to wait for them to come in. Got someone's dad here. And it's like when he's saying not long, maybe it's a few years, but he's like trying to reach out to somebody in the audience. And he was so tired at the end. He's stepping back. He's got like a cream jumper on. Wookie Bear here. Any messages from my son? Might be your dad, Paula. Wookie Bear. Oh. I get the feeling with your boy that he didn't want to go. He did not want to go. Okay. But he was struggling. Does that make sense to you, Wookie Bear? And again, I feel I need to go to like the top part of the body. I'm looking at the lad, what's coming through here from the, through the tunnel here, through the spirit tunnel. The angels are bringing them all in now. And he's got the most divine face. He's got the most cheeky eyes. I don't know if they're blue or hazel, but they're not dark. Does that make sense to you? And there's like a little chip there or a gap in his tooth. Yes. Here. Oh. He said he's all right now, but what happened? He's okay. He got the letter. You sent him a letter, or you wrote a letter or a note. He was missing a tooth. I knew there was something there. It's so beautiful, Mom. It's so beautiful. It's heaven. You wrote him a letter, Wookie Bear. And what does the 6 mean on the 12th? Or does that make sense with the 6th month? June, or the 6th of a month, or the 12th? The 6th or the 12th, or 6 o'clock, does that mean anything? Okay, I'm all right, Mommy's saying. And I get a J or a D, and I don't know if that relates. And an S or a C, and I'll leave that one with you. He died on the 6th of February. I like confirmation. Thank you, Wookie Bear. He's okay. He's okay. Right, give us let's have 2 minutes. Greetings there, David. Okay, what else have I got? Oh, I've got a little dog coming through here. Come on in, my darling. Like a cute little dog. A cute little dog. There's a like, it looks like a little sort of there's like a little funny little sort of sausage dog type, and there's a fluffy type of dog coming in here. All these animals kind of come in. And I've got this cheeky cat. It's the most cheeky cat. It's sitting here and it's doing this. It's doing this. It's like, tell my mom I'm okay. I'm okay. Or Dad, I'm okay. Did that help there, Mary? Your hair is moving because she's trying to touch you. It's the electricity when they come near you. Yeah. There's a cat here, Stooge. Could this be... Did you lose a cat? Like a two-toned lightish cat? Is it Lance? Did Lance lose a cat? I've got a two-tone cat here. Okay. I've got a Bill here. There's a Bill coming in. William Bill. And he was, he had a lot of problems and around here, a lot of problems. And he's shown us the hospital. I don't know, there was a hospital, or he was on like some sort of monitor, or he was all wired up and he didn't want to be. And is it your dad came? And he just wants to tell you that he loves you so much. He loves you so much. And I'm like, I'm not croaky now, I'm okay. He's saying, I'm not croaky, I'm okay. He died of heart disease. Just got tired. Our body may go to dust, we may get tired, but our spirits are immortal. Our spirits are immortal, and they live on. It's funny, you know, because I don't know if this is someone's memory, and a lot of older men have this, you know, when they get like that. My dad's got it, you know, like you look into the ear and they've got like that furry bushy bit in the ear. But I don't know if this is a memory that you have, or it could be someone's uncle or dad, that they remember that with that ear, like the little bit of fur in that ear there. You can get like the ear clippers for it, can't you? He says, I never got me bloody teeth sorted out. Bloody buggers. He says, them bloody teeth never fitted. Don't know who this is. Bless. Your uncle was called Bill. It's not your dad. I think there's somebody else here coming in with it. He had the fear in his ears and he's like trying to come in there. Sounds like your grandpa. I've got a lady here and I've become all emotional. Now, when I'm saying she's not very old because I'm like in my 50s, so I'd say she's no more than her 60s. Someone's mum in this audience. And she didn't want to go. 60's not old, you know. She didn't want to leave. And she's got a quite lightish hair. And I'm getting like a cancerous condition. And she's saying about a sister or sister on the earth plane. I don't know if that means anything to anybody in this audience tonight. And I'm getting the letter S or C. Does that relate to anybody here? Is it your mum? Got loads of mums coming in here. And I get an E. I don't know if it's Eileen or Ella or Edith, something like that. There's definitely a Kathy here. My name's Caroline. She had a sister, Caroline. Interesting. There's a man coming in here and he looks really tall and wiry. And he's shown as the waltzer at the playground. You know, like the waltzer? He looks a bit gypsy-fied, but I'm not saying he's a gypsy. I don't know if it was just he used to take his daughter or take somebody to the fairground. And it's a memory. It's for somebody out there in the audience there. And he smoked when he was on the earth plane. Mary, my dad used to take me to the waltzer fair when I was a little girl. Yeah, it reminded us, remember that lovely film called Carousel? I've actually got it on DVD. I love that film. It's a really old film, guys. I'm showing my age. I think it's from the 50s. Carousel. I'm getting that energy. It's as if that he's watching over you from heaven type of thing. Shirley Jones was in Carousel. I love that. I've got that movie, Lance. Get someone shouting in Eric. Eric? Okay, right. They're going move back, move back. Someone's bringing in a little boy here. There's a little boy. And he's been in spirit for a while. It's just like he looks like he's got like I'm getting a very 60s, 70s feeling. He's got like a little toy in his hand. Remember when the kids used to wear the shorts and that? That's what I'm getting, that sort of era. There's a little boy trying to reach out to his mum in the audience here tonight. I don't know if that makes sense. Mikey or Michael or something like that. Does that mean anything to anybody? He's so cute. He's so cute. It's funny because there's somebody in this audience tonight who really wants a baby and they're actually pregnant and they don't realise they're pregnant. And I'm getting that really strong. Okay. You did everything that you could, Alon. Your dad is okay. And you've got to let go of the guilt for not getting to say goodbye properly. He's all right. He's definitely all right. Georgina, she's there in the name, Dad. She's an angel. And it was not your fault she got stuck in the tube. It was not your fault. But she chose to exit to protect you on the other side. She's an angel, your baby girl. She's looking over you. And she gives you signs. And to let go of the guilt and let go of the pain. So many young people coming in here. So many young people in here. Okay, I've got a little woman. She's so cute. And she's quite slim. She's really an elderly lady. She looks like she's got like phony brown hair. She's definitely got an American accent. It's like somebody would say like on an old-fashioned movie, like on a rocking chair. But she's coming in. She may have been in spirit a while, you know what I mean? She could have passed in the 80s even, or the 90s. But she's coming in and she's saying she's got Dad. She's got Dad. And Dad's, I presume this is Grandma, in that she's saying she's got Dad. And then you haven't got to worry about your health, but you need to get to the doctors. This is a message for somebody in this audience tonight. Definitely so. Christico, your son is with your dad. Yes. First one came there. She couldn't tell you, Michelle. She couldn't tell you that she was poorly. She loves you so much and she's so proud of you. She feels a bit guilty for like doing what she did, but she couldn't tell you. And your mum was a very spiritual lady. Who's Margaret? Who's Margaret, Michelle? And who's Sheila? Eileen and Joan or Jane or Jean, they're coming through. You've got a necklace. You've got a necklace, Michelle. Let it go over your head about the rest of the family. You just concentrate on you. That's what I'm getting. They were her friends. I love confirmation back. I'm so glad I've had the confirmation back. She's keeping an eye on you. And she says you're not looking after yourself properly. You need to start eating properly. So your mum's love never breaks. That umbilical cord never cuts. Even after death, it's still there. I get mums, grandmas all coming through all the time, worried about their loved ones on the earth plane. Milo's there. Animals go over to the spirit as well. Robert. I've got a Robert here. Bob. So Uncle Bob? Robert? Does that mean anything to anybody? She gave you a necklace for Christmas, Michelle. Put that necklace underneath your pillow when you go to sleep tonight, and she'll come through and talk to you within dream state. She's just a thought away, just in another room. Just another room. I need 5-minute break, guys. It's 10 to 1. Robert is your grandfather. They're not going to go. It's buzzing in here. I just need 3-4 minutes. I'm going to nip to the loo. Go and grab your popcorn. Go and grab your coffees, your teas. Give us 5, all right? And then we're going to come back and we're going to do more. I'll get through as many as I can. Your dad is Bob? Well, they're not going to go anywhere. I've got about 15 people standing in this. It's like a scene off. I'm like Whoopi Goldberg off Ghost. They're all coming in around the table. Whoa. Be funny if Patrick Swayze was here, wasn't it? Bless him. But it's like they're all here. They're all here. It is packed. I always go cold when I get the spirit. So give us a few minutes, right? They're not going to go anywhere. Go and grab your drinks. And I'll be back, okay? Give us a few minutes, okay? I'll be as quick as I can. He's enjoying it. It's okay, isn't it? What I need to do is I need to get you individually on to my channel as guests. And then everybody can watch. We're both speaking. And I think that would be even better. Okie dokie. Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. There's that much spirit in here. It's unbelievable. Can you hear us? Yeah? Well, I've been getting some strange... I've got a pack full of people in this room. They're all waiting. They're all waiting to come in for you all. And then I've got... I went into the toilet, into the loo. I was sitting on the loo. And Jed came in. I was like, whoa. And he said, tell them there's going to be some huge news with Trump within the next 48 hours. I says, what? I can't say that. He says, tell them there's something big to come out. And he also said somebody in the public eye is going to pass. We're going to be shocked. Somebody in the public eye. So I just thought I would say that. Not that I'm doing a world predictions tonight, which is going to be interesting on Sunday night. And you can subscribe to Twitch if you want to come in on it and you don't get the ads. But I do take clips as well and I put it out on YouTube because I understand. So, we are going to get back into it. I also seen little Sissy, my little Jack Russell, and Oliver. Oliver come tooting along behind because once the gate opens, they all come in. And Sissy loved opera. My dog sung along to opera. She loved it. I'm convinced she was an Italian soul. She was just amazing little girl. And well, she was a fox terrier. She was a little fox terrier. I found her in a wheelie bin, guys, and kept her from 3.5 weeks and gave her a bottle. And hey ho, ended up with a beautiful dog. But and she was called Gypsy. Actually, that was her name, Gypsy Jones. And but she got Sissy because when I came in with her, and obviously I had Oliver, and he was 7 months, and he was a chubby little boy when he was little. He was always plump, my Ollie. He was like fat, like Brian off Family Guy. So I says, be careful of your little sister. And then it went from little sister to little Sissy, and then she got Sissy. So there you go. And she was giving us the song Ave Maria. And she came through and she said, she's with the music kingdom. The music kingdom, guys. And I feel that's where Elvis is. You know, we are all frequency. We are all sound. And we are all music. We are tones from bass to a cappella. And yeah, I've got 3 Jack Russells. Actually, I've got 4 Jack Russells in spirit. 4 Jack Russells in spirit, because Sissy had a puppy which died. The run to the litter died. And she was called Angel. And I planted her in my pot. Got this massive pot. It's about that deep in the garden with a big jasmine flower in. And I call it my angel pot. And the reason why I put her in there is in case I ever moved, I could take my angel pot with us. So yeah, there you go. But she came through and she said that we are all music and melody. That's what she said. But she gave the song Ave Maria, and it's for somebody in this audience tonight. I don't know if it's the name Maria or Ave Maria. I love that. It's an older lady. It's an old lady, and she's coming in and she's so spiritual. She's so spiritual. And she wants to reach out to a lady possibly in the audience. Could be a gentleman, but I'm feeling it's a lady. And that she's okay. Could be someone's grandma. Is your name Maria Tinkerbell? Okay, it's somebody's grandma coming through here. But she looks like I don't know if she's got like rosary beads or she's got like a lovely necklace in her hand. And I'm smelling lovely sort of home cooking, like scones and bacon. And this lady, she was always dressed right. You always find this with the older generation, you know. They had like a routine and going in the house with the polished glasses. And remember the brass? She used to always polish her brass in a house. Tinkerbell. She did her rosary and she was a brilliant cook. Could be your grandma then. Could be your grandma. But she was always well kept. She always had like a blouse on with a little jumper, a skirt, stocking tights, lovely little shoes. And I love that song, Ave Maria. It's so beautiful. I thought if I ever get married, which I doubt I will now. I mean, I'm 50. I'm going to be 58. I'm going to be in November. And I always joke that I'm going to be like that spinster, you know. But I've never been married. But I always dreamed that if I ever did get married, I would have that song at my wedding. Chris Deco, my grandma loved to cook and fed people. Grandmas are like that, aren't they? Did she have very lightish hair, like whitish grey hair? Are you going to be 60 in November as well? Are you a Scorpio the same as me? But she always, and I'd go into this lovely house and it was like a lovely parquet floor on, but she had a rug. Somebody in the audience here will know this. It was a rug what used to annoy somebody. The old people with their rugs. Maybe it's in the passage. Are you going to be 59, Debbie? We're a similar age group, aren't we? Time flies so quickly. Where does the time go? Archimom. My ex's grandmother, Maria, was Italian and religious. Oh, they're very religious, the Italians, aren't they? I've got a dear friend who will be coming on my ghost hunts with us. He's called Frank. His real name's Franco. He's Italian. I've grown up with him, actually. He's hilarious. He's so funny. He's so outrageous. And he'll have his big cross on, you know. He's very into Christ and that. But it's good, you know, that we have that when we're doing the ghost hunting, because I always say the prayer when I do it for the audience. I believe in that, and for the crew before we go in. And sometimes I rescue spirits when I do stuff like that as well. Time flies very, very quickly. Let's see who I can get. It's very cold in here. Very, very cold. Who's Chris? I've got the name Chris. Is it Chris? Christina? Chris? Does that mean anything? You think I will get married? Okay, I'm getting the name Chris. Well, I've got news for you guys, right? I'm going on a date. I've got a date in a few weeks, and I'm talking to somebody. I just said I'd tell you that, a little bit of juicy information. And she's really lovely. She'll not mind us saying. She's a country western singer, and she's from Scotland, and she did have a hit in the charts with hit number 12. She didn't make it in the UK, but she made it in the USA. In Nashville, a song went to number 12 in the charts, and she's lovely. So I'm going to meet up with her. Just going to take it slowly, and she's a really nice girl. She's actually a follower on Twitch, and I did say I might mention it, but we're going to go out. And no doubt you'll probably get to see her at some point, because she'll be coming on the ghost hunts with we all. So I just thought I would tell you that, you know. I don't go anywhere, so I don't know how it's happened, but there you go. And she's got a beautiful name. She's called Heather, which is my mother's called Heather. I'm sure Paul sent her in. She's beautiful. She's really beautiful. She's got long blonde hair. Really pretty. So we're just going to take it slowly. And she's an Edinburgh lass. She's an Edinburgh lass. So I just thought I'd give you me news, and I'm actually going out on the 17th, which is unusual. The 17th, I'm going out for a date. Anyway, enough of me. I did have some rosary beads in the house, and when Adam was going through his hoo-ha, I put them in the bedroom and we can't find them. I'll have to get some more. Well, it's about time I went on a date. I mean, I've been on my own since 2018. Nikki left, and that's when my YouTube took off. The day Nikki left was the day I got my first YouTube check, actually. And then I've just been on my own since, doing me mother stuff, you know, and doing me videos. So let's get started here. No, she's called Heather. She's called Heather. I don't know if she's watching now. She'll be cringing, thinking, oh my God. I think she might be in bed. Let's see if she's texted. You've been on your own since TUTH. I think you get used to being on your own, don't you? I'm going to see if she's texted. No, she might be asleep because she's got to get up early in the morning. Okay. So yeah, I got lots of spirit coming in before then when we had our little break. So God knows what's going to come off. So, I've got Mother Mary here as well. Do you know that all the children go into the they go into the nurseries on the other side, and it's anything from a tiny little embryo all the way up to the babies, to children 16. They are taken through, and if you could visualize in the garden, you'll hear loads of children laughing, and they're possibly playing football with Archangel Michael, you know, and they have carers over there, and they get healed over there, depending on the circumstances. And sometimes the souls rest over there and then they grow on, and then sometimes they choose to be reborn and come back into the family. My mother said the strangest thing. She said to me the other day, she says, I'm a rainbow child. And I said, I'm a mum. She said, yeah. She says, I believe you were the baby I lost before. She was pregnant with my dad before they got married, and she lost the baby. And then she said, you came in 6 months, 7 months later. She says, I believe you were determined to come back in. I says, oh, it probably was me. I think it was me, yes. So how many people in the audience believe that they are rainbow children? Yeah. And then people have asked us about abortions. You know, there's so much controversy on that. And abortions, you know, terminations do go over to the spirit as well. You know, they do go over there. We are source, we go back to source. No matter which way we are extracted, should I say, or pass over or lost, the soul will leave the body and then go back over to the spirit world. And Jesus takes all the little children. And then you've got the animal kingdom. And everybody in this audience tonight, I can see that you're all big animal lovers, yeah, across the world. Brits are the same way, you know, we love our dogs and cats and that. And I went down a road of discovery when I lost Jackie Boy, my first little Jack Russell. And I was so annoyed with Jed because Jed wasn't here. And why Jed didn't tell us. Turned out that Jackie Boy was Jed. And Jed decided to come down into physical form to be with us for 2 years on the earth plane, because at the time I was going through a lot of black magic attack. And I believe that Jed came down in physical to protect us. I do believe that now, but I didn't see it at the time. But I've been shown, you know, in the gardens there is the animal kingdom, and the animals go over there as well. all the animals, and what I want to say is that we class it as death when we are on this side, because we're watching our loved ones going from physical into non-physical. But when we're over there, what my Paul tells us, my brother tells us all the time, that there's life after life. There's life after life. A bit like a caterpillar going into a butterfly. So people have also asked us about Julie and Brett in the audience, talking about our mum, right? So people who take their own lives, you've got some people out there who'll say they don't go to spirit and they get trapped, and it's a load of rubbish. What happens is they are taken through into a hospital area over there where the angels will heal them. There's different dimensions, different levels, and then they can heal and then grow on into the spirit world. So they do go to the spirit world. They do go to the spirit world. I've had many people, suicides have come through, and I brought them through for people. So Cat Manor, maybe my dad is just too busy to come through. Not necessarily. It could just be maybe it's the medium he has too busy and too tired. You know what I mean? I'm only human at the end of the day. I believe he's with you. I don't know if this is your dad or this is a grandfather, but somebody who had a bit of facial hair. Did your dad have a bit of a beard or a bit of a facial? There's a man here with a bit of a moustache. Could that be your dad? And I'm also always doing this with his belly, his tummy. Right, it's somebody else. Then I've got a man coming through and he had a lot of problems and around his tummy area. His tummy. And he's got like a bit of I don't know if it was like a hernia he had a great big tummy, and he's coming through with he definitely had, this man I'm seeing, he was end of life in hospital on machines, and he's shown us he's got like a little moustache there and a bit of a beard, and there was women around him and a young man when he passed. I've also feel as somebody's dad here who passed with a cancerous condition, and he was just so weak. If it wasn't cancer, it was something like that. He just went so thin, and he's shown us that his skin went quite yellowy, like jaundice. So I don't know if that fits your description, Catmania. Sometimes as well, when we are really grieving, and I'm going to say this, does that sound like your Uncle Bob? So, are you there, Heather? Oh, we've got Heather in the audience on Twitch. Did you hear what I said? What was I going to say? When we're grieving, we create this thickness around our aura, and it's hard for our loved ones to come through, because unfortunately Mother Nature is does this to it, because we're grieving, so it's like a thick density. And then when we start to heal, when we're not looking for the answers, we start getting the answers. Maria, did your dad have a little moustache? Okay, so I've got like Maria. There's a Maria definitely trying to make she was trying to reach out to somebody, little woman. And I also get the name Mary. That's interesting, Rita. So your brother-in-law, Bob, had cancer and hepatitis, very yellowy looking, like orangey skin went. I've got a man here and he loved to have a tipple. It was like a certain beer. And he was quite a character. Quite a character. And funny enough, I'm being shown in Newcastle United, and it's not my brother, because my brother wasn't really a big drinker, but he was into Newcastle United football group. And I don't know if we've got any Jodies again in the audience here, or anybody who was into football. I don't know if Jodie Lass is in here. It might be somebody connected for her. Desiree, your mum is named Mary. How do the spirits know that they're open opposed to someone else? What do you mean by open? The person being open. It's a love frequency. And you can sense them or smell them. They always know. Because when you go back to source, you're totally connected. Or how do the spirits know I'm open? It's not a case of me being open. I can tap into it any time. I'm the one who switches it on and off. Because if the truth was known, spirit's everywhere. The spirit is everywhere. You would be shocked if you had like a Nikon camera where you could pick it up. They're in supermarkets in the middle of the night. They're literally everywhere. Source is everywhere. So when you're that out of it, you've got to be able to switch it on and off like a light switch. Otherwise I would be tipped over. So I switch it on and off so I can live a grounded life. The only way I've been able to do this type of work is to keep grounding myself. Lorianne in the audience, yes, I feel someone just walked in my room, and I believe it's a gentleman. And he's very tall, and it's as if he's standing right next to you, Lorianne. I want to say like a fatherly energy, what's coming in. It could be granddad mind. He was very tall, big. Does that make sense? You feel him? And talking about football, I've got somebody, I don't know if it's American or English football, somebody coming in like a red and white colour. And he was a right character as well. He's coming in with his cap on. He's coming in with his cap on, and he's coming in there with a lot of love. Something about a special scarf, and I don't know if there's somebody in the audience here tonight, and they have a scarf belonging to a gentleman, or it could be an elderly person. It's a scarf. It's a man, but there's also a woman coming through as well, and she's coming through like with a silk scarf. So Chrissy Hutchinson in YouTube here, I just got a beautiful smell coming into my bedroom. That's spirit, which I was talking about earlier on. So when we're picking up on spirit, we're picking it up not just by seeing it, you also pick it up by sensing it, smell of it. So there's different types of mediums. You can be a clairaudient, a clairsentient, or a clairvoyant. There's different types of ways you can pick it up. So a beautiful smell normally means it's from the heavens angels, or it's love, somebody coming through. I'm a Geordie lass. My dad had jaundice with gallbladder. And was he into football? Because I feel he was coming through. And he had his special seat in the living room where he sat when he watched the television. If it wasn't football, he was into something that he liked to watch, a sport on the telly. And his lager. So Lady Mirth, this is interesting, and I've got to say this, right? She's put in the audience on Twitch. I smell an old lady smell when someone I know dies. So that means that's your gatekeeper. Everybody has a gatekeeper. So when you start to do this work, you've got your spirit guides. Okay, you can have many different spirit guides, but you've also got a gatekeeper. Jed's my gatekeeper. So it means that you'll be sensing that they've been assigned to you from birth. So they'll come in and they'll tell you when something's going to happen. So Tinkerbell, I feel like shivers on my body and smell flowers. That's amazing. So it just shows that every one of you in this audience tonight, how ascended you are. Remember, you don't have to be born amongst a lineage of gypsies or psychics or astrologers like I've come from. That's old hat. The lady in the caravan at the Hoppins, as we call it, the town moor, the fairground, reading your fortune, like my nana did, right? That's old hat now. We are all capable of doing this. So Caroline Hunter, I haven't got a spirit guide. Oh yes, you have. You just need to figure out who it is. So the way you do that is, what you do is, right, it's really hard, all right? You've got to and it doesn't just come in, because if you had it all poof at once, could you imagine like getting to a certain age in your life and then they all appearing around your bed? I'm your guide. I'm your angel. A lot of people would flip out. It's something that you've got to work at. So you shut your eyes and you ask them to show you who they are or give them their name. So what you do is you empty your head out of anything that's worrying you. Just empty your mind. Takes a few minutes. Lie on your bed or just sit back, shut your eyes, and then say, give me my spirit guide's name. And then it might just be a silly name what comes in. And then write it down, log it down in a little book, and then you could go back and ask them again and again, and you work it out. You've got to be like a detective, and you can do the same thing with your guardian angels as well. I feel with the person who's going through when they're going to be healed, if they get into an accident, yeah. So Bridgetta, that's it. That is it. He's a brother. Sounds like my brother-in-law, Jock. He was a Manchester United fan. That's it. He's here. He's definitely, that's him. He's saying it's so busy over there. He doesn't know what to do. And they've got a great library over there. He's so excited. There's so much to learn. And we think it's it when we're here. When we leave our bodies, our heavy, dense body, it's like being born again. The release is amazing. So a lot of people who are exiting their body, who have suffered, like are suffering with illness, they're saying, Paul told me this, my brother, it's a relief when they're coming out of the body. It's like, whoa, that's amazing. You don't want to go back in. But then some people exit their bodies very quickly, like through accidents or whatever, and they have to be soothed, because they don't even realize they've died. That's amazing. So Julie Sparkle here in the audience. When someone from my family died, I had ravens come to my home. So that means that they're some of your animal guides, because you don't just have your guides. Can be alien. There can be anything. It could even be a tree. I'm being perfectly honest. Anything conscious that's lived, right? Animal guides is another thing. So people have asked this. So when you pass over, you do look the same. And then as you ascend on, there's great planes. Right? There's great planes. And people go to different planes. Hiya, sweetheart. So you go to different planes over there. And then the more you ascend on, you can go back to source, and then you just dematerialize, if you want, back to God's source. But a lot of people that come through looking the same when I get them. But you get some earth angels which will just decide to go straight back to source, because you can do work on the other side. You can definitely do work on the other side. Can you help me find the ex's property? Oh, I would probably have to sit and do you like a reading, private reading, to look into it properly. Okay. We're getting anybody else coming through here. Oh, this is really strange. Right, now, as we come in, we are the same as we go out. Are you listening to what I'm saying? As we are coming in, we are the same as we're going out. I actually did a video on this, and it's in my library on YouTube. If I find it, I'll put it out. And I'm pretending I'm doing like an acting thing. I'm pretending I'm an angel. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I'll find it and I'll put it out on my community page or on my Facebook, okay? On my business Facebook. And it's a child what's choosing their parents to come onto the earth plane, so that they're coming in from spirit. So they've got to come down the chute. When we go there, we go up the chute. It's the only way I can describe it. And they get scared. Some of them get scared. And when I was doing this thing, it was like I got this child was saying, I was like, the angel was saying, don't cry. Don't cry. Just look. Look. Just look down there. They really love you. They love you so much. They've been waiting years for you to come in. It's going to be fine. And it's like this child doesn't want to leave home. Yeah? So I want to say that I've got 2 little girls coming in here. They are so cute. They've got blonde hair. They look like twins. And they're being brought in. Now, I don't know. I don't think these babies, they have been lost. They're coming in. They're going to be born into a family on the earth plane. And this is a message for somebody in the audience tonight. Chrissy Hutchinson, Louise, I saw myself coming through the air to my mother's womb. Wow. Did you see that? That's amazing. Right. Anne, who's Anne? I've got an Annie here. I miss you so much. And it's so beautiful over there. And you've got something belonging to us. It's like I don't know, this is somebody's mum or sisterly, motherly energy. And she's coming in here and she's holding a piece of cloth. And I don't know if she's trying to say that it's her daughter or somebody's got something belonging to her. And she wants you to put that underneath her pillow. And she'll come to you in your dreams as well. You've got more chance, excuse me. You've got more chance to meet up with your loved ones when you're in sleep state, because when you go to sleep at night time, your soul comes out your body and you can meet them in the astral world. Oh my God, I'm seeing some strange visions here. I feel like I need to do me remote viewing. I've got the spirits in this room are lifting us up through the tunnel, and what they experience when they go through into the afterlife, into the heavens doors. And it's like it's a beautiful, the tunnel gets bigger and bigger. It's light when you go in and it's very windy, and then it gets bigger and bigger, and then the colours start coming in, and then you're going into this amazing light, and then you see the beautiful green fields and the mountains and that. And I'm resonating with the colours. This is really weird. Some souls don't go all the way through. They go into the colours because they choose to stay in the vortex. Listen carefully to this. We don't always get to do what we have to do on earth. Some people don't. This is why it's so important, guys, that you find yourself in this life, all right? This is not a dress rehearsal, all right? We have our big things in this lifetime. But some souls don't go all the way through, and it's not that they're not permitted into the gate, through the gate. Just before you hit the gate, there's an angelic presence, and it's got all the most beautiful colours of the rainbow, but it's the porthole before you get through into the heaven, all right? And they choose to intermingle into that frequency to help the other souls, because they were angel. So they know where they have to go back to that part of the, I want to say the loop. They go back there to soothe the souls which are distressing coming through, because some people aren't ready to go through. Remember this, you're the same 5 minutes before death to when you go over. You're the same 5 minutes before death to when you go over. So your personality doesn't change as soon as you pass, come out your body. You know, I mean, I've said this before when I was once sitting down at the hospital with a friend a few years back, and we were waiting to go in, right, because my friend wasn't well, and then they brought this car crash came in with two young lads, and they had to wait, and they took them into the crash. They went into the crash room, and I knew they had passed because I seen their souls come out of the crash room, and then I heard this wailing because obviously the families were there, and it was all awful and everything. And the lad was standing in the corridor looking at us all shocked. He was a bonny lad. He was like looking at us with fair hair, and he's going, oh. And I'm standing there and going, it's okay. You're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. And he's going, but I don't want to. I says, you're going to be fine. He was literally shocked because he didn't want to leave the plane. And then his other friend came out, and it was the most bizarre thing. And of course, my friend's going, what you doing? And I'm saying, I'm talking to them. And she's like going, oh my God, you're weird. I says, no, I'm talking to them. They need soothed. That's why I could never go back to doing nursing, because I've pushed this too much. I'm better working on the other side now, working in the other dimensions. So some people are so distressed and they need to be coaxed through. A bit like the film Ghost, what I was saying earlier on, you know, like at the end, I know it's a Hollywood movie, but it's, you know, it's like Sam at the end when Whoopi Goldberg goes, go on, go through, Sam, it's okay. Because some people aren't ready to go through, and that's how you get souls trapped on this plane, and that's how they get called ghosts. Dementia, right, is, I believe that fragments of their soul are split. I've noticed this with my dad. They start to lose bits of themselves. But as soon as they leave the body, at the exit in the body, right, they gain their fragments back as they go through, so they go back whole again. So there's possibly a lot of people in this audience who are helping souls go over. Yeah. So we are souls. We are spirit. We're just stuck in this meat suit. We're blobbing about on this planet in a bag full of water. But we are spirit. So never, never, never be scared of, you know, when people are talking about spirits and haunted places, because these are distressed souls which are trapped. And that's why I like doing all of these ghost hunts, because I can rescue souls and stuff. You're gonna be in for a treat once we start doing this. Do you know what I mean? It's a terrible disease. It's a terrible, terrible disease. And you've got to understand, a lot of these diseases shouldn't be on this planet. And I do believe that medicine's going to change into the future, and we will live longer into the future. See if I've got any more children coming through. Got this big dog. It's like a boxer dog coming through. He's all clumsy and he's coming in there. Is it a boxer or is it like a cross type of dog? Like, oh my goodness me. I've got a young lad here and he passed in a car crash. Are you alright, my darling? He's American. Something about on holiday, or he was going somewhere. He's trying to reach out to somebody in the audience here. I don't know if she's in the audience or there's somebody's auntie in the audience connected. Remember, if these messages don't resonate with you, they could be for a friend. That's how spirit works. Or it could be for a neighbour. You know, if spirit wants to get that message through, they'll get it through. Spiritual source, we all go back to source. So in this tunnel, some choose to stay into this tunnel and they go into this membrane energy. It's part of God's source, it's part of collective to heal the souls, because we're all part of one as we're going through. Got a young man here and he's trying to reach out to his mum. Oh, I've just got like a, not that I smoke it, but I do recognise it because my son smokes it. It's gone right up my nose. I smell a happy backy, like cannabis. It's gone right up my nose. So I don't know if he liked his happy backy, this lad. There's two. There's a fairer haired one and there's another one coming through, and he was, maybe he's not so big, but he was really cheeky. Bonny lad. And again, like a little bit of a gap there in his tooth, you know. I get a C or an S and I get a G or a J with these young men. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody in this audience tonight. And I've got a black young man coming in here. I don't know if he was shot, you know. Lost his life, he was shot. Again, we're going into the US. He wants to reach out to his mummy. He loves her so much. And he's saying, you're right, Louise, he's saying he was shocked. He was not ready. Jeremiah, yes. He wasn't ready. So when you go through, they have these energies to calm you down as you're going through. He's saying, and he's helping Michael on the other side, but he had an awful job that to get him through. He didn't want to leave his mum. He didn't, and he's shown us his new trainers. He just, God bless him. Yeah, he was murdered. He was shot. Which part of the US were you from? Just loves his mum so much. The pain to leave her. And his dad, I don't think his dad was about, you know. It was like he was the grown-up son. He was the one what looked everybody in the family. But he'd been a bit of a lad, you know. He'd been a bit in trouble. They were talking gangs and stuff like that. And he was getting his head together, you know. And he'd got, like, even a girlfriend. But he's sad about his girlfriend. I don't know who I've got here. I really don't. But he's Connecticut or Chicago or somewhere. S. I'm getting the letter S. Your nephew was shot to death. Gives his mum so much. And he's saying there's mind control going on. It's not what we think. There's mind control stuff going on. Interesting. He said he knew the man who shot him. If I missed something here. Blessings to Patriot, what's happened? Yeah, Chris. I got the name Chris earlier on. Did Jacob have like mousy brown hair, Hazeltine? It was blonde. Yeah. There was a blonde one and a mousy brown one. Did he leave a brother or a sister? I don't know. I'm getting that song actually. What got to me when I lost Paul was Cordeline. Cordeline, when, I don't know if you've seen it. It's like he's given us that song. What's that song called? For his sibling. What's the song called? Cordeline. Brother. Cordeline brother, and it's like he wants to say that he's watching over them. Sister. He's got the dog. There's a dog there. There's a dog coming through with him. And somebody who's been diagnosed with cancer will be okay. Now, this is a character what I've got here. He is such a character, and he liked his golf, and he's got like his golfing jumper on, and he was like in the prime of his life. I don't know if he just retired or he's planning on retiring. Someone's dad here, and he got into the hobby of golf, and then all of a sudden diagnosed with something, and then passed. And it's as if he's coming in, he's got like his golf caddy and that. And he's got like one of them checky sort of jumpers on. Remember, you used to have them from the 80s, like the checky jumpers. Is your mum in spirit, Rick? Do you have lightish hair? Or is that a grandma? Is it like I get a motherly energy there? Makes you wonder what it's all about, doesn't it, when these beautiful souls are taken off the earth and you get these evil ones where they end up, they get caught or they go to prison, but it's the taxpayers would have got to pay the price. You know what I mean? I often get this asked to me, why would God take such a beautiful soul and leave an awful one here? And I don't always have all the answers. I just think that it's such a free will world here, and it's got good and evil on, and I just think that my nana used to say this, it's like they always take the good young, the good ones back. It's we're tested. And old Nick, the devil, he wants you to hate God, he wants you to hate Jesus, he wants you to hate the angels, because then he's won. But little do you know that people do pass before their time. I hate that saying when someone says, oh, when your time's up, your time's up. Because believe you me, I bring many a young soul through when it's not their time. It's not their time. People do pass before their time because there's different timelines. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing, literally nothing is set in stone. Not now, it's not. Yeah? And so the darkness wants you to hate God, so then he's won. But the angels do weep when they have to come and take them through to the tunnel, the light. They weep. When they're carrying a child through whatever. They don't want this. They don't want you suffering. Our guardian angels are signed here from birth. Unfortunately, they can't change our destiny path. They can only guide us. They can only guide us. And there's many. But not just angels are doing great work. You've got your spirit guides are doing great work. And a lot of now are collecting with the consciousness of the galactic, you know, the ones out there. They help her as well. They help her. But also you've got the animal kingdom, what can help. American Patriot. My son and I were so close. I miss him beyond measure. You will, sweetie, you will. And I don't believe you'll ever get over it. Well, I'm going with your son and I want to go like, here, what happened? What happened? Does that make sense? Like, again, the top part. And I don't know if it was quite quick at the end. Where's American Patriot gone? I'm getting an M or an N. And a D or a J. Sometimes people will murder somebody, and this is something else I get. I mean, I do investigations and I help people on, you know, all sorts of things. People who are traumatized when they've lost their loved one who's been murdered and they want to know what's going to happen, you know, so I do readings for all sorts of scenarios. And people just can't get how somebody could go and maybe, I don't know, deal cannabis and get, or drugs dealer could get like longer than what, you know, somebody who murders somebody, and they're allowed, you know, they're left to roam the streets again. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It makes you wonder about all these law courts and that. So like I say, the system is so steeped. Within the system, everything needs to change. Jacob came to see his mom 4 days before he died. He bought his girlfriend he was going to marry. Oh. Slide off the road, hit by a tree. He was gone. Mum was pregnant with twins. And was it girls? Was it girls? Was it little girls? American Patriot, yes, he bled to death. Nathan, thank you for making American Patriot. I wasn't sure if it was an M or an N, so it's Nathan's with you, sweetie. He's with you. I want to send healing and blessings out to everybody tonight. And for people who haven't had a message, you know, I would love to go on all night. It's 2 o'clock in the morning now. We'll do this again. I want to see that the ones who haven't had a message, that they are still here with you. You've got to have faith, all right? Okay? You've got to have faith, all right? The love that I've got in this room, I could just break down and cry. The love that I feel for you all tonight. And it's not me coming from me, it's coming from the collective here. One more. Nathan, he's absolutely fine. He's absolutely fine. Like, Ma, I love you. And he's going on about a tattoo. Someone's got a tattoo in his memory of thinking of getting a tattoo. Does that make sense? Beautiful souls. They are, okay, they are more worried about yous here. They're saying you've got nothing to worry about. It's amazing over there, guys. It's amazing. I've got a young lady here. She can't wait. She can't wait. She wants her mom. She wants her mom. She's so beautiful. She looks like a teenager. She's trying to get a message out to her mom and the audience. She's so pretty. She looks like an elfin face. Long, like brown hair. Flicked. Long. Who can take a young lady what passed over very quick? I don't know if she was knocked over like a road traffic accident or something. No, she said she was drugged or something. Something happened to her. Is it Larissa, your daughter? Oh, I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom. She loves you so much. September, October, and June, July she's given us. They do grow on, but I believe your baby's there, but this is somebody else. COS, she's saying. COS. She liked her music. She said she was a bit of a handful, you know. She's fine. She's absolutely fine. She just wished she'd listened, and she wishes she hadn't have gone out that night. All this love in this room, and you need to know that they are safe. We are here, this is school. And it's a very bad school at the minute, shall I say, you know. So what we have to do is raise our vibrations. Mary, Sharina Athena Jean Holland was my daughter. She was a handful and told her to stop doing the drugs that she was doing, because she had a heart problem, and the drugs ended up giving her a heart attack. There you go. Right, so they need to go back through, but they'll come back. They're just a thought away. I've got Paul here. Paul wants to give a message. I love you, bruv. I love you so much. Right, he's saying it's about to kick off in the USA, he's saying. Paul was massively into JFK, and he was into everything like this. He had his own conspiracy thing he did on Twitter and everything, you know. He's saying there's something huge to kick off. There's something huge to kick off. And he said he's been talking to Elvis. And he wants us at some point to channel Elvis, and I would love to do that. He's got the dogs. He's bringing the dogs through. The dogs are jumping. Oh, God. There's about to be an exit, he's saying. There's going to be an exit with a sudden death down on Capitol Hill with somebody. It's something big in US politics. Investigations to be released, he's saying. Oh, okay. It's not what you think. He's met JFK. He was massively into JFK doing all the investigations. And he's saying Epstein's still alive. You get all the truth from Paul, you know. Well, definitely I'll have to do this. Yeah, he said he's had a word with Elvis, and Elvis said he'll channel through us. That's brilliant. And he's with Lisa Marie. I love you, Paul. It's so beautiful, Louise. The love is so beautiful, the colours. Eh, God. It's so beautiful. The little bit of love that you experience on the earth is a minuscule of the love that we experience when we go back to source. It's undescribable. The love. It's so beautiful. And he's saying Jesus is real. He's met Jesus. He loves Ethan, his son. I've got to pass that message on. I'll love you, Paul. Shocks to come out. Shocks. And a love child to come forth. A love child to come forth, he's saying. And I'm going to leave you there with a lot of love from Spirit there from Paul. I love you, Paul. I don't know why he's given us a gold sovereign necklace, because he wasn't really into stuff like that. No, you know what it is? He's saying it's something to do with the gold coin. It's the gold coin. There's going to be changes with the banks of the gold coin. Thank you, Paul. You've got to be like a detective trying to work this out. I'll be back on doing it again, Johnny. It's late. I've been on for like 3 hours. But we'll do it again. And for anybody, apologies for anybody who haven't got through. But yes, Paul's saying, watch this space. Watch this space. Because it's not, the movie isn't going to end the way you think. Good night, guys. And stay safe. Your loved ones are all right. I'm off to make a cup of tea. Actually, I might have a hot chocolate. And Paul sends his love, and may the force be with you all. And I'll see you soon. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Michael. Send healing and blessings out to anybody tonight who is suffering with grief. Thank you, Archangel Michael. I thank you, Archangel Uriel. I thank you, Archangel Raphael. I thank you, Archangel Gabriel. I thank all my spirit guides, Jed, White Buffalo, E2I. He's been very quiet tonight. He stepped back. I've got Lady coming in here. Thank you, Lady. She's saying the animals are safe too. The animals are safe too. And the lion will roar. And Paul says thank you. Don't worry. Stay strong. And watch for a storm to come. We are about to witness great change. I'll see you all soon, guys. Your loved ones are there. They're just in another room. Remember that. There's no such thing as death. There's life after life. And one day you'll see them again. Take care, guys. Until the next time.